My dad said I was too emotional to run the family company and gave it to my brother. He had no idea I'd been making every major decision for 3 years. My name is Rebecca Walsh, and I spent 8 years watching my father build Walsh Construction into a regional powerhouse while secretly running every aspect of the business he thought I was too unstable to handle. What he didn't know was that his golden boy son couldn't balance a checkbook, let alone manage a multi-million-dollar operation. The company had been Dad's life since 1987 when he started with a pickup truck and a toolbox, building it into one of the largest commercial contractors in the tri-state area. By the time I graduated college with degrees in business and engineering, Walsh Construction employed over 200 people and handled projects worth tens of millions annually. Dad always assumed my brother Michael would take over eventually, despite Michael's complete lack of interest in anything beyond the bare minimum required to collect his paycheck. Meanwhile, I'd been working there every summer since high school, learning every department from the ground up while Dad dismissed my contributions as helping out. The turning point came during my senior year when Dad had his first heart attack at age 62. While he recovered in the hospital, Michael was supposed to handle operations, but within 2 weeks, everything started falling apart. Suppliers weren't getting paid, project schedules went haywire, and we nearly lost our biggest client due to missed deadlines. That's when I stepped in unofficially, working 18-hour days to fix the disasters Michael had created. I reorganized the project management system, negotiated with angry suppliers, and personally called every client to smooth over the problems. Dad never knew because Michael took credit for the recovery when Dad returned to work. See, Michael handled everything perfectly while I was out, Dad told people proudly. The boy's got real leadership instincts. Michael would smile and nod while I sat there knowing I'd saved the company from potential bankruptcy. After that crisis, I realized Michael needed constant support to maintain even basic functionality, so I started ghost managing his responsibilities. Every morning, I'd arrive early to review his schedule and prepare briefings. I'd draft his emails, create his presentations, and coach him on what to say during important meetings. The system worked because Michael was smart enough to recognize he was in over his head and grateful for the help, while Dad remained convinced his son was naturally gifted. Meanwhile, I was officially just the operations coordinator, a position Dad created to keep me busy without giving me real authority. The financial analysis that convinced Dad to expand into renewable energy projects, I spent 3 months researching while Michael played golf. The new safety protocols that reduced our accident rate by 40%, I developed those after studying OSHA regulations for weeks. The contract negotiation strategy that landed us the Morrison Medical Center project, our biggest job ever, I wrote the entire proposal, created the pricing structure, and coached Michael through every meeting. When we won the $12 million contract, Dad took Michael out for a celebration dinner while I worked late finishing the project setup. Dad's favorite phrase was, "Michael's got the killer instinct for this business," usually followed by some comment about how I was too emotional for high-stakes decision-making. He'd point to Michael's calm demeanor during meetings as evidence of natural leadership, not realizing that Michael appeared calm because I'd prepared him for every possible question. The irony was that Dad valued the exact qualities in Michael that he criticized in me. When I showed passion for the business, Dad called it emotional instability. When Michael displayed the same information I'd given him, Dad called it executive presence. The breaking point came in early 2019 when Dad announced his retirement plans during our annual company meeting. He stood at the front of the conference room and declared that Michael would be taking over as president and CEO within 6 months. Michael has proven himself as a natural leader who can handle pressure and make tough decisions, Dad said, while Michael sat beside him trying to look presidential. He's got the temperament and vision this company needs for the next generation. I sat in the back row feeling my chest tighten as Dad continued praising Michael's business instincts and strategic thinking, all qualities Michael had demonstrated only because I'd been feeding him information and strategies for years. The applause was enthusiastic because employees genuinely liked Michael as a person, even though they had no idea how little he actually contributed. To see how I became CEO and crushed him, watch the full story on my channel or linked below.